Rolling.
Welcome to Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia.
Episode 29, and I think I'm back. I'm back. Like partially back. Energy is not 100%. I got Gatorade here for my electrolytes. I've got water, and I'm constantly hungry because I can't eat that much. So, but I'm back, and I want to apologize to our listeners for the shorter episode last week, but it was needed. Sometimes you're just not feeling it.
It's actually lucky that we even did it.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it, but I didn't want to leave people hanging. So, how are you, Fel?
Fine. How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
I'm taking Feliche out to dinner tonight. She's joining a double date. You're literally like the fifth wheel on this double date.
Well, then maybe I shouldn't go.
Absolutely not. You are like a little VIP. You're a big
God.
deal.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, well, we want to thank you for all your work that you've done through the year. Really on the podcast.
Thank you. Thank
So,
you. Casey's done a lot of the work, and you have. What have I done? I show up, and that's it.
Well, that's the talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's hard to be Feliche.
Okay.
It's hard to be.
hard
Is
to
that
be-
the title of the
it's
episode?
hard to be me.
It's hard to be Feliche.
It's hard to be me.
So we want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
And yesterday I went to Plainview.
Uh-oh.
And we had lunch, and we'll talk about what we did in a little while, what we viewed together. Why are you making a face?
thinking,
what we watched.
Oh, right.
Do I want to like spoil it?
No.
All right, I
Okay,
won't spoil
okay.
what we watched.
Okay.
But we did watch a film together, and it was
An oldie.
an oldie, but a great,
but a great-
but a goodie.
yeah, but a goodie.
Such a good
Yes.
one. Maybe people can guess. The year is 1996. I'm just going to say this: 1996, Bill Paxton. Okay, and if you know
And the
it's
current one is out. You don't want to.
well, you just ruined it. So,
Sorry.
and there's a reason
I
we
love
watched
ruining
it.
things.
You love to ruin things.
Yes.
So it was great. What are you doing tonight in Plainview? I think. Oh no, not
Oh, no,
tonight.
it's
So
tomorrow
tell
night.
Tell me.
There's a comedian coming he's here tonight and tomorrow night because they sold out in 2 minutes.
Is it because he's a Jew?
No, everybody apparently was familiar with him. They said he's fantastic. I'd never heard
Tell
of
everybody his name.
His name is Sarge, Sarge. I'd never heard of him. Every single person somehow knew
And
about
his
him.
story is
Okay, his backstory is his mother was Orthodox and his father was black, and he was given up for adoption. And the people who adopted him were Jewish, and they lived in
Jews
Great
from
Neck.
Great Neck.
And they lived
So
in Great Neck.
he's probably got a real funny life to talk about.
Yeah, he
So
does.
it sold out tonight, so they added a show for tomorrow
I
night.
think they originally did it Friday. They added Thursday.
Oh, right. Tomorrow. Oh,
Right.
So just so people know, we're recording a day early. I'm very confused with the timeline right now
Yeah.
because Casey, our editor, sound mixer, producer, all
Everything.
jack of all trades, is leaving me for a trip
Don't
to
say that I'm leaving me.
a
God.
trip to LA. He did invite me, which was so nice, but he let him have his boys' trip. He deserves it. So Casey will be editing on the plane, and I'm sure some big news will drop in the next 24 hours that we won't be able to talk about.
Well, that happens.
Who's going to die?
I hope nobody.
You hope nobody. So you're seeing Sarge tomorrow night,
Right.
Okay, great. Oh, you know what also happened since
Since last week when you had no energy.
right? We had visiting day at camp, and this video may be going viral. I think it has how many views, Casey?
I haven't checked in a while.
4,000, because now you're on
No.
social media. Yeah, it had like 4,000
No.
views. Yeah, Casey, did it? You told me today it had 4,000
All right.
views.
Okay, he'll double check.
The video of me. So there's two ways you could view this video. It's when the running of the Jews happens. They open the gates
To see their children.
right? And if you don't know what that means, you don't have a kid in sleepaway camp, or you're not Jewish and you didn't go to sleepaway camp. You get to the camp, huge line getting in, and then they open the gates. Let's say at 10 a.m. and everyone goes flying and running for their child. And I made sure to just carry one thing, and I'm kind of running, but I went down this little very rocky hill. And while I'm doing that, Lennon is jumping midair at me, and I slipped as he landed on top of me, and we went down together. And luckily it was on video, and that's really all that matters. Thank you, my cinematographer for life. What'd you think when you saw that video?
My first thought was, oh my God, she fell. If anyone's going to fall, it's always Marni on her tush, which affects her back. It's just
True.
It's like, do you remember back at our house, I think it was before the wedding.
It was right before the wedding. It went right
fell
down the
stairs. I was like, of course.
It's
expected.
right down the
It's expected.
staircase.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I fell on my right buttock and it fucking hurt. I had sciatica all day at camp, which, it was gone by the next day, the sciatica, but
Thank goodness.
Sunday, I could not move. I didn't leave the bed. Except for when we got sushi that night. But I couldn't move. I think I slept till 1:00. It was a needed rest.
I was going to say you needed it.
It was needed rest. And you won't believe what I'm doing tomorrow night. This is a surprise. Surprise. Is there sound effects for surprise? So Casey's going to LA and I'm trying to leave my schedule open for rest, for fitness, for toilet time, whatever I may need.
Toilet time.
I'm going to hit the beach, a pool. I haven't been to either of those this summer. And my friend Jamie, my bestie, I said, what are you doing tomorrow night? I am available. She said, I'm going to go see Debbie Gibson. Felicia, do you know who Debbie Gibson is?
Do I know who Debbie Gibson is? No, I don't.
You go,
Marni.
what?
No, I just can't believe.
She goes, I'm going to see Debbie
Where?
Gibson at Town Hall in New York City. The seat next to me is available. She's going with some high school friends. I said, do I care to see Debbie Gibson? No. But two things came to my mind. Was that the first concert I ever saw that you took me to see?
Yes.
Do you remember the location?
Coliseum?
Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah.
I was in 3rd grade. Felicia took me to see Debbie Gibson, and I was a big fan of Debbie.
Yes.
I was more into Debbie
Was
Gibson.
that your first concert?
First concert ever.
3rd grade.
I was more into Debbie and Tiffany than I was New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, you didn't care for any of that. Yeah.
I wasn't
yeah.
into the boy band thing.
Right.
So A, nostalgia, and B, I was like, yeah, like, what am I doing tomorrow night? I'm going to sit in bed and watch more TV. So
You mean tomorrow night, Friday night.
yeah, like I bought a ticket. Boom, let's go.
Oh, they're not expensive for her.
Well, it was more money than it should have been.
I can't believe she's still good for her.
It's called Debbie Gibson and Friends. And I was like, oh my God, who are the friends? What if Tiffany comes out? But it really should just be Debbie Gibson and some Broadway people. Because that's
all
what
right.
it is.
Well, that's fine.
But it should
That's
be
even
fun.
better. That's
the
fine.
crowd will be all women
Your
my
age.
age.
Right.
And we will feel glorious and young and hip. So yeah.
Good.
It should be fun.
Great.
Right?
You have something to do Friday night, something
Yeah.
to do Saturday night.
Oh yeah, Saturday night I'm going to go to Plainview to have dinner with my family. With
Right.
my bro and sister-in-law.
Well, we haven't seen them all summer.
We
They've
haven't
been,
seen
you
them.
know,
So that'll
which
be
is
nice.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday night, Casey, correct me if I'm wrong, we are seeing Beck at Carnegie Hall
Yeah, with a symphony.
with a symphony.
Wow.
And we love Beck. So Casey, you land Monday,
I land late Monday.
so you better not be delayed. Otherwise, who's my backup for this Beck concert?
Craig.
I know, my brother. Okay. Casey, are you so mad right now?
No,
You should send me the tickets just in case.
I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Of course you do, but send me the tickets. So let's get it for some big pop culture news of the week. Felicia's doing the sound effect.
Ba-bum.
Have you heard about Apple TV? They're suddenly pinching pennies on all the content. Yep. They are basically not. Netflix is winning. Netflix is winning all the streamers.
Netflix is winning.
Netflix is winning. I think they got the most Emmy noms, but Apple TV is making big cuts, huge cuts.
As is every
Which
other.
sucks because they had Presumed Innocence, which is doing huge, Ted Lasso, The Morning Show. Like, I feel like they have some big hits. I will say this, Masters of the Air, which I did not love.
Right. It did very well.
No.
Oh.
It didn't get many
I
Emmy noms. I think
watched
that
one
kind
or
of
two.
shook them. 'Cause
Yeah.
that probably cost them a ton of money.
Do you
I'm sure.
think? And I'm just thinking of this off the top of my head.
Chime.
Do you think that they're just the first of all of them to do this? Do you
Yes.
think that they see the writing on the wall? And
Yeah,
they're
I
like,
think
Wait
so.
a minute.
Oh, everyone's cutting.
Yeah.
That's what
Everybody's
I mean.
cutting.
They're the first to
This
do
is
it.
why
I don't think
everyone's
that
out
it's
of
because they're
work.
losing. I think it's because I think they're all going to start slowing down in the next year. Because
1,000%.
They dump an entire season of stuff out there. People are done with it in a week, and it had no lasting conversation. Whereas old TV shows used to go on for months.
Right.
I think they're spending so much money for something that people talk about for a week, and then
Well, they pumped a lot of money, in the beginning when all these streaming apps first
well,
popped
of
out.
course.
And
when
now,
you're new,
now they're,
that's what
they're
you do.
slowing
They
down.
had the money. I don't know if they have.
So-
and the fact that Netflix is buying out a lot of old shows, such as Suits.
Well, that's old news already. But
Well, I
yeah.
know, but I'm saying,
And
but
now
it's
there's a
doing-
spinoff. You know that's happening.
Suits?
Yeah, LA Suits. And it's going to be on actually like like NBC, I think.
Oh, so
Yeah,
a
it's gonna
regular
be like on
network
TV.
bought it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
so I'm hoping I
interesting.
could finish. I'm I just am starting season 3.
Oh, you got a long way to go.
I know, but I'm
Do you like it?
I don't not like. Yeah, it's enjoyable.
I think Karen watched the whole
I
thing.
like. You know what, Mom? I gotta say something about Karen. Get her on the fucking show. I saw Karen at visiting day because her grandchildren go to the same camp Lennon does. And there was a fellow listener there at visiting day named Allison. Hi, Allison. Nod to Allison. And I said to Allison, oh, Allison, this is Karen. You might know her from the podcast. And Allison's like, oh my God, Karen. And Karen was like
she was so happy.
She was like, she felt a little like, oh my God, somebody knows who I am. And I said, Karen, you got to be on the pod. And she's like, I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
She's afraid she's not going to know anything.
What is she afraid?
She's
you
just
talk about her all the time.
know.
I said, Karen, I will lead the way.
Yes, and I told her that.
She's got to stop being a pussy.
I know.
Come on the show, Karen. Everyone wants to hear from you. And Felicia, if Karen's not going to come on the show, you got to stop talking about her. Okay?
I can't stop. So she's my bestie.
Karen, you're watching everything.
She's my bestie slash
Stop being like this. Get on the show. I want to hear what you're watching.
She's watching things that I tell her to watch.
Okay.
Or suits she did on her own.
See, I want her
And
to come on.
By the way, she loves the same crappy documentaries you love.
They're not crappy.
Well, to me they are.
Like what?
About the murder shit. And
most people in America love that shit.
Apparently, she loves that stuff.
Also, random story. I met this woman, of course, like I meet people on the fucking LAR. And I should have just not even. I tried to help a woman.
Tell somebody
Long Island Railroad.
Thank you.
It's how you get from like New York City to Long Island, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And I saw a woman. She was struggling. She was in her 60s. She wanted
you
to
helped
know.
her?
Well, she wanted to know, like, oh, is this the train towards Long Beach? So I
Okay,
helped her, and then boom, full blown conversation. I know
Right.
her life story. Her son lives by me. Anyway, she was just coming from Boston, and she dropped Karen Reed. She's like, there's
She
going to
did?
yes. She's like, there's going to be a Karen Reed documentary. She's like, I love these documentaries. So we literally spoke for a half hour
About documentaries.
She was like rattling and all the docs.
Good for her.
Obviously,
Should have her on.
Well, no, but obviously I told the name of the podcast.
Okay.
Celine Dion is poised to make a comeback tomorrow. I think it's Friday night, the Olympics. The Olympics.
So she'll have just one number.
One song probably, and they're paying her millions. Which, why? Like,
How do you know they're paying her millions?
I read it. I don't know if like
Do we
does
know if
she
that's
need
true? I
millions?
told you. Do we know if this stuff is true?
What stuff?
Anything.
Everyone's. You know what, Mom? This is being reported by Variety. I believe Variety.
Okay.
It's not Daily Mail.
Okay. Variety, I would believe too.
All right, I'm glad you believe.
I would hope.
Okay. Are you ready for the Law and Order sound effect? Maura Tierney, we
Yes.
love from The Affair. She's joining Law and Order season 24
Oh,
as
real?
as a lieutenant.
Wow.
I love your reaction. Premiering October 3rd.
Wow.
Wow, Felicia.
I'm impressed
Why are you impressed?
because it was getting stale. Law and
Wow.
Order. I kind of,
She's working. She was just in Twisters. Why they just didn't call it Twister 2 or Twister back or back? I don't know. Twisters.
Oh, it's got an S at the end? It's not just Twister?
Oh, it's got an S
Twisters.
at the end. They got to differentiate. You can't search the movie Twister and both movies pop
yeah,
up.
yeah, that's true.
Twisters.
Okay.
So she was in Twisters, which we'll discuss, but big fan of hers. Do you know what the next season of Bridgerton is going to be focusing on?
Yes.
What sibling? You know?
Oh, yes. The guy who was like all over the place.
The bisexual.
Yeah.
The,
he's so good looking.
He is very handsome. Benedict. Now,
right.
I thought it was going to be the way the show ended with like the two girls kind of like looking at each other.
Oh.
It was like the brother, the sister that's moving to be with her husband, and then she's introduced to his cousin, and they look at each other like they're about to make out and become lesbians.
And they might.
And they're definitely going to scissor. But it's about Benedict.
Right. Which I'd
Felicia just
rather
rolled
see.
her eyes.
Which I'd rather see anyway.
Benedict.
Yes.
I'm happy. I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be a good one.
That's good.
One of your other favorite actors that we love, he was in The Good Wife, but I love him because of Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. If I say Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead in The Good Wife, can you tell me who the actor is?
Oh God, no. I don't remember.
Come on.
I don't remember who was in it.
Josh Charles.
Oh.
He's going to be on the last season of Handmaid's Tale. What was he in? What? The
Babysitter.
yeah,
I don't
as the
remember
guy who drove the fast food truck who
Marni,
Christina Applegate loved.
How many years ago was that?
Mom, it's a classic.
I know it's a classic.
And we've rewatched it with Lennon, so it's
There you
always
go.
on the
It's
top
fresh
of my
in your
mind.
mind.
But Josh Charles, he's been
great.
working.
Yeah.
He was in something else recently that we saw.
I think it pays to be an actor like him because if
working
you're not,
actor with a
working
great
actor
life.
is the best.
I bet
thing.
you, like, if he gets recognized, people say something to him, he like appreciates it.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Like
I
you
think
could
he does. I
stop
hope
him
he
for a
does.
photo.
I hope he does.
Oh, he does. He's got
Yeah.
a very recognizable nose.
Yes, but I'm saying I hope he's nice about it.
Oh, I hope he's nice too. If anyone here has ever met Josh Charles, slide into my DMs and tell me the story. I would love to hear it. What was he in recently, Casey?
It'll pop up. It'll come.
Was he in that show that we stopped? Oh, I know it. He was in The Veil that I never continued watching.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
He was in The Veil with Elizabeth Moss, and they're going to reunite on Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, good.
The 6th and final season.
Really?
Yep.
And when is that coming? Do we know?
The 6th and final season. I don't know.
Okay.
All right, Fel, it's time for what we watched. Uncircumcised Gems, all the things we viewed this week. I got to tell you, last night, when I was about to throw on Suits again, I stumbled upon a docuseries on Netflix
Called?
Dirty Pop, the boy band scandal. 3 episodes, Netflix.
Which boy band?
It was basically a documentary about Lou Pearlman.
Yeah.
Now, I know we've heard these stories before, but I just want to say for my millennials out there who grew up with Backstreet and NSYNC and all these boys, they had people from each band in the doc.
Were they bad-mouthing Lou?
It was...
Because he was kind of a perv.
Well, there was no pervy. I got to tell you, none of them were like... There was no perv.
He didn't do anything to them.
He didn't do anything but steal money. It was just stealing money.
You're right. He stole
It was
money.
money.
Yeah.
AJ from Backstreet Boys, who was my favorite because he's the bad boy. Howie, Chris Fitzpatrick, who Casey and I love because he was in Big Brother. There was a dude from O-Town in it. It was all about all the shit Lou Pearlman did.
To them.
And not just to them.
okay.
To the investors, to his family friends.
Wow. Nice guy.
But they had like his attorneys in this documentary, his personal assistant, people that worked for him. So I gotta tell you, the funniest thing that this documentary did was...
Is it a new documentary?
It's brand new. Brand new. I'm sure this has been done in different ways.
I guess I didn't check Netflix this morning.
Maybe it didn't come on your algorithm, but I don't think you'd want to watch it.
No, I have like new. I go right to new.
I know, but would you watch this? You
No.
didn't want to watch the last one about the boy bands, about the Carters.
No, because I don't like them.
Interesting.
And there was just too much
All right,
blood
Alyssa,
and gore
don't be
on
upset.
that. When I say blood and gore, I mean addiction. And
Right.
I
This
don't
was
mean
not. This
literally.
was like white collar crime.
Right.
Give me all the white
I'd
collar
rather
crime.
have a white collar crime than a.
So
kid
this is
who
what they
screwed
did.
up.
They said that there was like a text. There was a title card saying that they basically used AI to replicate Lou in an interview setting.
Interesting.
But they used his words from his book. He had a book about business and brands and how
Which
to
he
make
could have
money.
lied about. He could have lied about anyway.
The
He
things
wrote the book.
totally.
Yeah.
But they used AI to replicate his voice, and it was really kind of wild.
Okay.
And
Is he dead or alive?
So Lou died while he was in jail. He had something happened, and he was going to go into a medically induced coma
Wow.
to fix something, and he
died.
didn't wake up.
Okay.
So this flew by, 3 episodes. I highly recommend it because I didn't really know the details of Lou's scam. Apparently, he ran the longest running Ponzi scheme in U.S. history.
Regarding the
Just-
music industry?
No.
Like like what Bernie did?
He basically had a fraud where he got like older people, just people to invest.
Well, okay.
And he claimed he had this airline company, Transcontinental. Apparently, he didn't have planes. He scammed insurance. He would have blimps.
Doesn't
He would
anybody
crash them on
check?
purpose.
Doesn't anybody check? I don't understand.
And like the boy band thing, it's like he made himself the 6th member of these bands so he could get a cut. That was the only part I kind of understood, and I'll tell you why. Because he was footing the bill for these guys.
Right.
He fed them. He put them up.
Hotels. He
did
backed-
everything.
he backed them.
He did everything. So obviously he had to make money to give them that lifestyle. But it was so much more than just the bands. Also, there's this band called Natural, which was another boy band that he...
Have we ever heard of them?
I never heard of them.
Apparently not.
But this was like post O-Town. Like now I'm older. I don't give a shit. It was kind of when the boy bands were starting to sway out and Eminem was getting big. This boy band Natural, one of the guys from that band was... 2 of the guys from this band are in the documentary. And one became actually like very good friends with Lou and traveled with him, not realizing that Lou was actually on the run from the FBI at this point. But I learned things, and this is why I'm going to recommend this.
Are they still
Stop.
around? Natural.
No. These
We never
guys
heard
are
of them.
like,
Okay, they must be in their 50s.
yeah. Because if I'm 43,
I know. I get
I'm not
amused
43.
by thinking how old they are.
Yeah. Felicia and I also watched the Harry Connick Jr. movie, Find Me Falling.
Unfortunately, I thought
It's on
poor
Netflix.
Harry.
Sorry.
I really like Harry. I do, but I thought it was a forced acting.
Interesting. I love when
Forced.
you have good critique.
Forced. I liked the girls. I mean, the women. I mean, it was Greece or Italy? I forgot.
Greece.
Which
Weren't you like, oh my
yes,
God,
because I'm going to Greece in September,
Yeah.
so I was very excited about seeing that part of it. I liked him very much. Don't get me wrong. I just thought it was for his acting was forced.
Interesting.
I liked the plot line. I mean, it was a happy end.
fine.
It was happy.
It was
good.
okay.
It's easy watching.
Easy watch. I wrote down, glad it wasn't any longer.
Right.
I also enjoyed that he wasn't falling in love with a 20-something year old.
Because that would have creeped me out.
No, like
because it ended up being his
was
daughter.
Refreshing that there was a older
woman. Yeah, but he loved her.
Well, I know, but
We don't want to give it away.
I mean,
do we?
who cares?
Okay. Okay.
But he looks old.
Yeah,
He didn't look great.
yeah, but I heard him on an interview, and he's really delightful. And that's he's how do I know that? I live with him. No, I don't. When I watch an interview, when they're present and they're bubbly and they're lovely.
Well, who was he being interviewed by? Somebody on Sirius or like on TV?
Yeah, no, somebody on Sirius.
Who was it? Do you remember? Okay,
I don't remember.
What did he
Might
say?
have been Jess Cagle.
What did he say? Like, did he say anything?
No, he was obviously pushing promoting the show on Netflix and how he wrote some of the music and how how just come. He's just a really. It was I like pleasant.
It was a pleasant movie.
Yeah, it was a pleasant.
It was fun
movie.
to see the Greek, like the Greece background.
Yes.
Did it make you excited?
Yeah, I mean,
did.
I am. It's like a month away.
The story is like. He was a big pop star
when
singer
he was younger,
and he bought this very secluded house on a cliff, and it turns out that's where people go to jump
kill them,
and to kill themselves.
Right, and he tried to stop some people, which he ended up.
It was
that's good.
It was sweet.
No, it was good.
It was sweet.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, don't run to your streamer to see it, but if there's nothing on, like throw it on.
Yeah, it's easy.
Why not? It's an easy watch. I pulled a Felicia. I Felicia'd it. I Feliced it. On a show.
Which means going to the end.
I watched the Love Island finale.
Oh.
Because, Mom, I don't care what you say. This is the top-rated show.
I know, but it's not for me.
Rated.
Fine.
I know it's not for you.
Okay.
I just want to say this. I'm very happy I watched the finale. I watched the first 3 episodes, saw a recap, and I was good.
There you go. How much more do you need?
I can't believe I felt comfortable watching this finale, not watching the whole season. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah. I don't normally approve of this method, but you guys, it worked for me, and it made sense.
Every time Marni finds out that I did that, she really yells at me.
So do you want to yell at me and give it to me?
No.
Okay.
No.
You can.
I'm really happy you did that.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I'm getting like approval.
Absolutely. Yes.
Because that's the show to do it with. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it on scripted show, toy. That's bad. Reality show
it's fine
about trashy girls and boys falling quote unquote in love. I was happy with the winner. I got it. Like I just got it.
By the way, I don't. What's the name of the show? Love Island.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
Of course, you've never watched it.
Just tell me the premise of it.
So there's like singles thrown on Fiji Island. And Ariana Madix is the host. I truly believe she helped.
For her.
I truly believe she helped bring in those ratings because people are so obsessed with her right now post Scandival.
Right.
And they have to they flirt and they pick somebody but then they throw new people on. So it's like, do you going to stay with the guy that you met? Are you going to stay with Carl that you like? Do you like Carl? Or if a new man, Bob comes in, you're going to pick Bob. And then if you pick Bob, Carl's left to pick somebody else. And it's like all, people get knocked out if they're left single.
Are they basically in their 20s?
Oh, yeah. There's nobody above the age of 25.
Right.
You know what would be gross?
What would be
Is
gross?
Golden Love Island.
Gross. These people wouldn't be able to, they wouldn't be able to do it. I don't think so. Because even Golden Bachelor, they struggled with drama. But in the end, there's 4 couples left. And the winning couple voted by America, okay? There's a girl and a guy.
Right.
And they each pick an envelope. One envelope says no money. One envelope says...
they get money?
Yeah.
Well, that's a better incentive than meeting a guy.
One envelope says $100,000. Okay,
nice.
And so they don't know who's going to pick what envelope.
Right.
So in this case, the guy picked the envelope with the money, and he has to decide: is he going to split the money with her? Is he in it for the love, or is he going to walk with the full $100K?
I'd walk.
Well, Mom, they were in it for love. They were in it for love.
Yeah, for the next 2 weeks.
But you know what? It says something about them. He would have gotten slammed by America.
You're right.
All the press would have been awful.
It would have been bad mouth.
It would have been awful.
But still.
So
let's see how long that
bravo
lasts.
to them. This was the one couple that they
how
were enjoyable.
long does it take for them to film? What is it?
It's all so like.
Is it a 3-month thing?
No,
a 2-month thing?
This
how
started
long?
maybe at the end of June. And it's literally they have editors working overnight.
Right.
Like I know people in Fiji working on the show.
Quick.
It's all happening.
Yeah.
Their phones got taken away. If it airs, it's maybe filmed 2 days before. It's a very, very quick thing.
Right.
So,
those poor editors.
Well, they're on rotation. So you've got the night editors, the day editors. It's a machine.
That's true.
It's a machine. And I enjoyed it. Would I go back and watch it? No, I think I did great. I'm very happy with my Feliche. So thank you for that, Mom.
Okay. What else did we watch?
So I want to talk about Lady in the Lake on Apple
Yes.
TV with Natalie
Okay.
Portman. Now, the new episodes drop on Friday. So we
Right,
haven't
so we
seen
didn't
the
get-
third.
right.
2 episodes dropped. Natalie Portman.
Yes. And okay,
I
go.
can't decide if I like this show.
Did you finish the second?
Yes.
Okay.
Was I a little confused?
Yes. Should I give you my opinion?
I would love it.
It takes place in the 60s.
Okay.
Let's
I know that.
Preface, but they might not know it.
They, meaning our listeners.
Right. They threw everything in but the kitchen sink. When I say that, I mean they had,
It was like too much.
yeah, it was a lot. It was, anti-Semites, Jewish,
Race. Okay. Dead
murder,
girl.
dead girl,
Cheating.
cheating.
Like, it was just so, there was so much going on.
Too much that they threw in, and that's only on this. We only got to the second episode, so I can't. And why is she a hot mess?
Right.
She's a hot, and they don't really explain that in the beginning. We don't know. She's a hot mess.
Yeah.
I
She's
mean,
running from her family.
What?
Why?
I don't know. We don't know why.
I like the guy that plays her husband.
You do?
I meant like as an actor. He's in a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
What's his name? Kay? Bert something? Kirshner? Oh, you know him. What's his name?
Bert Kirshner.
Yeah. He's a good actor.
Right.
Yeah.
Well-
did you feel she was overacting a little?
Yeah. I just.
I don't know. So, but
Too
you're
much
gonna
with the
you're
Jewish
gonna-
words thrown out. It was
Lots of oys.
Oi. No, it was just more than oi. It was just a lot, and it takes place in Baltimore. Let's say that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hopefully push through.
You're gonna push through,
and it depends
See,
on.
I'm shocked you're gonna go in for episode 3 because I feel like you're quick to judge.
That's my.
And I respect that.
But I think
you're-
I'm right. But I kind of want to see where it leads.
Okay.
I like following the road,
I'll follow this road with you.
Okay.
To episode 3.
and it depends on how many. We don't know how
I
many.
don't know, but
episodes. I'm
it's,
hoping for
it's a
8.
mini-series. It was a book.
Well, I have
These
a
are all
feeling the
books.
book had to be better.
Books
they
are always
threw.
better.
Yes, it is.
I
But they
too, I was-
really threw everything. So you agree with me on that?
I wrote down what is happening.
Oh, okay. It was like
I was
boom,
like,
boom.
ah.
I know they really
The black girl's very pretty.
beautiful.
Very pretty.
She was terrific.
She was terrific, and I don't know like her name. I don't know who she is. Obviously, Natalie's the star of this.
Obviously, and by the way, one of the producers.
Of course.
Did you which is what that's what I look for when there's a star on whether it's Apple or, I find basically it's more Apple. They give the star producing credit.
Yeah.
Now,
it's their way to get them in.
right.
Because
Exactly.
they get more money.
They make more money.
Yeah.
And then they,
So, yeah, all right, we'll try another episode.
Oh, and I watched another episode of
What?
The Sunny,
Yes, I did Sunny as well.
which I'm kind of enjoying. I mean, it's a little weird, which I enjoy. And the
This
fact that-
episode was crazy.
Yes, it was crazy. And the fact that it takes place in Japan,
Which is why
I love
love.
it. Yes.
This episode
And it really is. I'm
was-
assuming it really is Japan. And she's also one of the producers.
Rashida is one
Yes,
of the producers.
of course.
There's a documentary about Rashida's father that I never saw that I hear is fantastic.
And who's her
Quincy.
father? Yes, Quincy
I gotta
Jones.
watch
Do you
that. I
remember
heard
who
it was.
her mother is?
Oh, I love this trivia. Who is her mother?
I know who she is, but I can't remember her name. She was on the Mod Squad, which took place in the 60s, I think. Early. I mean,
So
it was
Rashida's
filmed.
mother was an actress.
Yes. Peggy Lipton. Yes. Good
Wow.
job. Yes.
I don't know that
Blonde,
name.
very pretty. She was married to Quincy
Rashida's
Jones.
gorgeous.
Yes.
Did Quincy have like a lot of kids? Was he with like a lot of women?
Anything could be possible. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Sunny, yeah, like I'm in. It's such
I'm
a
in.
quickie. It's just an easy.
Oh, it's an easy. Well,
But that last episode, spoiler, there's a scene, Casey, where Rashida and
her friend
are in a sauna,
and like
listening to a fight, like a murder happen.
they're mafia. Well, they're called Yakatsi or something like that. They're the mafia of Japan.
Is this like a known thing or just in the show?
No, it's a known thing.
What?
And they're all tatted up, and they're really bad guys.
Hold on.
obviously.
This is in real life. There's a mafia in Japan and they're all tatted up.
Yeah,
How do you know this?
because I read and I love anything Asian.
Wow.
Yeah,
You read.
just stuff. I don't know, just stuff. I just know it from watching a lot of other shows. And I'm not.
So there's other shows you're not pronouncing
I'm not
it right. Are
pronouncing
there
it
other
correct.
shows where there's like mobsters and
it's
they're all
always
tatted like this?
A lot of them, yeah. And it's it's something with a Y. And again, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it.
It's like Yahtzee, but it's not Yahtzee.
It's not Yahtzee. It's something. Yeah,
It's a little confusing
a
at
little
parts,
bit, but you'll catch up.
Visually, it's a fun.
Yeah, a watch. It is.
And
It is
Rashida's great
visually.
in this.
She is.
She's
She
really
is.
great in this. And
I'm
does it
enjoying
make
it.
you want to go to Japan?
It makes me want to go. Yes, I want to go to Japan and Korea.
If we hit Korea,
I
do
would
we
have to
hit
go to
Japan at the same time?
Absolutely. It would have to be a month trip.
It would really long time.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be able to travel for a month.
I don't think I could either. It's a dream. I'm not doing it. It's a dream. And eventually I'm going to be too old to even think about it. But,
I mean, I feel like we need to hit Korea before,
before for me, before I can't walk anymore.
I mean, I might not. Like, for all I know, you're going to outlive me,
No,
which would
Marni,
be
don't say
toy,
that.
toy, toy.
Don't say that.
You know what movie we watched this week? So with all the, I don't want to get political, but
Okay.
so Veep right now is up in viewership. because
Okay,
of what's
I get
going
that.
on.
I understand
As
that.
is Hillbilly Elegy.
Yeah, I can't believe I had no. When it first came out in the movies, I had no desire.
No
to
desire
see
to
that.
see it. Glenn
Because
Close.
I know.
Woo!
I should. I cannot watch anything Hillbilly.
Well,
I just
this
can't.
is Hillbilly.
Yes.
Written. It was a book. I'm sure everybody knows J.D. Vance. I was very curious about it. Glenn Close spitting image of his grandmother in this because they show pictures of her at the end. It's
Wait, was she-
believable.
wait.
Glenn Close plays JD's grandmother in the movie.
I didn't know that. Wow.
What do you mean? What'd you think it was?
I just thought it was a story
No,
about.
the whole story is about JD's childhood.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
Did
so-
he write it?
Yeah. No. So he wrote the book. It's like a memoir.
Right.
And the book was bought.
Became
Ron
right.
Howard behind it.
And look where he is now.
And I got to tell you,
Good or bad?
I thought the movie I was into it. I was like, this is interesting. You see what he went through. You see, it's like basically this hillbilly who got into he went to Ohio State.
Right.
And then he ends up at Yale Law. And everyone that's at Yale Law, was undergrad at Yale or Harvard. And
he
he's
wasn't.
like, I was
He
at
wasn't.
Ohio.
Yeah,
And Ohio's
yeah.
not a bad school.
No.
But just seeing the difference this was really a story about class.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And he was raised in a real shitty environment,
Right.
abusive. I mean,
That's why I can't watch that stuff.
But I
you
liked seeing what this man has been through, and then he had to drop some stupid shit today that Jennifer Aniston reposted, and loved when Jennifer Aniston gets political. But I recommend this movie. I do. Casey,
Okay.
do you recommend it?
It was interesting.
oh.
I mean, you always got to wonder with those types of things, like how much of it is true and how much of it is dramatized. You never know.
Well, how many years ago was that? Did you?
2016, the book was published,
right.
so not too long ago. Let's not forget, this man's 39 years old.
Yeah, he's young.
So not too long
I
ago.
just thought it was interesting, and I don't even know if we're going to keep.
And
this.
I had no idea that.
I thought it was interesting that that movie would not have been made as of 3 weeks ago or whatever. He got the VP thing. So there's no way Ron Howard would have signed on. Glenn Close would have signed on knowing that he was
Right.
going to be Trump's
maybe.
VP
Yeah,
pick.
probably.
Like
Because
Hollywood is more Dem.
right.
right.
So it's just interesting to think that
It is interesting. And Amy Adams plays his mother and is amazing. She's amazing. And the kid, so it's a lot of flashbacks. It's
Right.
like JD as a Yale student, flashbacking to when he was a kid. And the acting, the kid who's in it is great. And the way they casted it, the kid looks like the older JD. They did a very good
Who
job
played JD
casting.
as an
You
old-
wouldn't.
as-
no,
as-
I have
oh,
no
nobody
idea.
know.
No
Okay.
idea. The
Okay.
only famous people were Amy Adams and Glenn Close.
Glenn Close. Okay.
So I was like, I want to see this, and I'm glad I saw it. And I just think it's so interesting that obviously this is now
Current.
we did the Presumed Innocence finale, and this we spoke about this.
I know, and I don't. Unfortunately,
I don't want to spoil this because this is a big one. This is a
Okay.
really big one.
Let's
but
not.
whew, if you haven't seen it, get on it before the internet and podcast do
it.
ruin it for
Right.
you. This was very well done. We were in it. The episode was supposed to drop on Wednesday, okay? But for some reason, I saw it on my Apple TV Tuesday night, and I jumped, and I called Casey, who was just downstairs. I called him like, stop what you're doing. Presumed Innocence finale dropped. The verdict is in.
How many episodes were there?
I don't know, 8 maybe?
Okay,
It was
8.
very good.
Okay.
It was
I might watch it.
I feel like you might Feliche it. Like, are you going to just watch the finale because you don't remember who died?
I don't remember. Obviously, I don't know if they changed it from the original. Obviously, I don't remember a lot.
I need to know. I need to know if this is what happened in the movie. But how dare you say you don't need to see the show because you saw the movie, but you don't remember what happened in the movie?
Yeah, but you know what happened once I start watching it was like, oh yeah.
But you didn't start watching it?
No.
You're not going to watch this.
No, I'll give it a shot. I don't know. I have to,
Mom, Jake Gyllenhaal. Just stare at Jake Gyllenhaal.
I know.
His body. There's a lot of sex scenes.
Oh, no, there you go.
Lot of love.
That might be an encouragement.
Lust.
Oh,
a lot of lust. A lot of sweating.
Who's he married to in the show?
You wouldn't know her. A beautiful black woman.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Biracial couple.
All right.
Yeah.
They really changed it up. Now, what did you see that you went to the movies
Okay,
for?
I wasn't going to do that, but I guess Felicia's giving me a segue for
All
it.
right.
You opened it up. So I went to see Twisters
with
my friend Lauren from high school. And my plan was, I'm going to go to the movies by myself because give me some Glenn Powell, I'll do it. And then my friend Lauren's like, I'll go with you. And she didn't want me to tell everybody, but it was Value Day Tuesdays at the Regal. Tickets are half off. Sign me up. So my thought on Twisters. I want to preface it with, I saw Twister, the movie, with Helen Hunt and Paxton back in the 90s.
So
okay?
you didn't
so I didn't remember it.
And yeah.
Well, this is what I have to say about Twisters. It is a country music video starring Glenn Powell, and I'm okay with that. I think Glenn is the new Brad Pitt. Okay? He's a fine actor, and he's mighty fine to look at.
Yes, he is.
God damn, he's good.
He is really. Yeah.
There were so many things wrong with this movie, but it just didn't matter. The visual effects were amazing. They were great. And you know what the best part about this movie is? You know how every movie needs like a love interest?
Yes.
There was no kiss. Okay?
Got it.
That doesn't make you go to the theaters. Look, it was a fun
Watch.
entertaining
Fun period.
Fucking watch.
Right.
So I saw this film and I was just thinking about how much I love Glenn, and he really is having a fucking moment.
Yeah, he is.
He's got signed up for Top Gun 3. I love that they announced him before they even announced Top Gun 3 is even happening. I'm sure Tom Cruise will be back.
Oh, I'm absolutely. Or he'll be producing. Either way, he's making money on it.
Of course he's making money on it.
Yes.
I just love Glenn so much. So I went to Felicia's yesterday in Plainview. And, we want to throw something on where like, I want to pay attention, but if I have to get up and go to the bathroom, it's okay. And I said, why don't we watch Twister?
The original.
The original. And we put it on and oh my God. There were some moments that were like shot to shot the exact same thing.
That's interesting.
Twister was like a rock and roll music soundtrack.
Kind of,
This was country music through and
Right.
through. It was like they were really keeping up with the times. And Twisters, like Glenn Powell plays like a YouTube influencer. Like he's like a YouTuber who's storm chasing.
Okay.
They made it modern. They really did.
They certainly didn't do that with the first because there was no YouTube.
No, but I had some issues with the Twisters. Like the movie takes place, it opens up, and then they say 5 years later. Okay, so it's present time, and then it starts though 5 years prior. And in this 5 years prior scene, they're not even using an iPhone; they're like using a fucking video camera. And I was like, why aren't they getting with the times? Like they should be using an iPhone. Fast forward 5 years, now they have the iPhone. There were some things that I thought like,
weren't current.
And then watching the old one, my God, the old one was ahead of its time. The old one was better than the first.
Interesting.
For sure.
And
I just want to say this. It was only an hour and a half.
Yeah, quick.
Twister right now is trending on Max. It's on Max, and I'm going to recommend throwing it back on everybody. I forgot. You have Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, it was terrific.
And you have Alan Ruck from Succession and Ferris Bueller. Casey, did you know that?
I did not know that.
So enjoyable. Paxton, Helen Hunt. Now, here's a note. Helen Hunt should have made an appearance as Daisy Edgar Jones's mother in Twisters.
Right, the second
instead
one.
of Maura Tierney. Helen Hunt should have been
She might have signed on. She might have not wanted to do it.
She should have been
They
her
might
mom.
have asked her and she might have said no. Not everybody says yes.
There was one similarity, like the big machine that like helps measure the
severity
The severity was Dorothy, and in Twister 1, it was Dorothy 2. So I did enjoy that there were so many similarities. So it was a real Twister sort of week.
Right.
Wasn't that fun?
That was fun.
That was fun. Now, do you want to see Twisters?
Yeah, but I'm not going to see it until it comes to the
But
Netflix.
I
or
will
Prime.
say this: like seeing it in the theater was great because of the visual effects.
I understand that, but I'll be the only one sitting in the theater.
As you should be. Well, it's doing well in the theater.
Okay,
but
good.
if it's like a real hot day and you can't sit at the pool,
No, I'm not going to sit. I'm not
if it's
sitting
raining,
inside.
If it's raining, would you go to the theater by yourself?
I would if but it's not the movie I want to see by myself.
What is the movie you want to see
I
by
don't.
yourself?
I have nothing yet.
I love Glenn Powell. I think he's
And what
my
we're
new.
looking forward to is the Elizabeth Taylor.
Mom, we are not on that
I
segment
know, but
yet.
I'm jumping.
Stop jumping. I've got more shows that I saw.
Oh, all right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
A real quick. I don't need a Bravo minute because Housewives of New Jersey, something's going down because Teresa, you were with me when Teresa Giudice put out a post.
Yes.
Saying like trolls, stop
They're
bothering
being
us on social
they're
media.
really being, especially to the kids.
And I was
Which,
trying
you know
to do
what?
some research. What the fuck's going down? And
Did
it's
you
a little
find out?
confusing.
Oh, okay.
There's tweets. There's screenshots. I think Jennifer Aiden's dropping like screenshots of texts that she did. But overall, New Jersey's is like a little bit of a hot mess. And Dubai, I guess maybe throw the Bravo minute music under this. Dubai was kind of enjoyable this week. I'm getting into the drama. They went to Bali on their trip.
Oh, because from Dubai to
I
Bali.
know.
Oh,
And I've been to Bali.
I know you have.
So I thoroughly enjoyed that. And there's some drama. There's some drama with Brooks, who's
Are they dressed to the hilt in Bali also?
Beyond.
That's ridiculous.
beyond.
That's what kills me.
But that's what
I
happens.
know, I know.
If you get casted on a reality show, you better come through with the HMU, with the Glam Squad.
What is the H?
Hair and makeup.
Oh, okay.
You need a fashion. You need a wardrobe stylist. I am so curious. Like, you need money just to dress yourself on these shows. I don't know, and I should find out from Chris, who is a showrunner on Housewives. Is there in the budget stylist
For that.
and wardrobe? Because it is outrageous. I was thinking the same thing with Love Island. There must be a wardrobe person. All
I'm
these
sure there
girls are
is.
wearing the
I'm
most
sure there
insane
is.
dresses. So Dubai, not hating. I'm into it. It's not great, but I will watch it. New Jersey, oh my God. And Orange County, I didn't see yet because it airs tonight. And I'm so psyched about Orange County. I just love that I'm into it. Wow.
That was a good one.
Thanks.
Well, longer than last week.
Okay, Mom. Is that a jab? Because
No.
last week's was so short.
No.
I'm not done. I watched something else this week.
What'd you watch?
Casey's still bitter about this. We're watching Big Brother. And I'm not waiting for Lennon. Because next week we have a special episode with Darren Karp, and we're going to be discussing Big Brother. This episode, there's 3 episodes that have been out that we've seen. And there's a woman. She's the oldest.
4 episodes.
Copy. There's a woman who's on the show, Mom.
She's my age.
She's 50. She's the oldest on the show.
Okay.
She's a mom. Casey, you said she's a grandma? I think she's 50.
But-
this woman went batshit fucking crazy on this
Over.
episode. Something so stupid. She claimed this guy, poor guy, he's adorable. A handsome man. She said, "Oh, you're so handsome. You're going to be in a showman's." Like as if
Showmans. I
Yeah.
like that.
if it was roles reversed and a guy said, "Oh, you're hot. You're going to definitely end up in a showman's because you're good looking," that would make
Yeah.
people crazy.
Right.
So she went to apologize to him. Fine. And then she made him super uncomfortable. He's a very attractive man. Very attractive.
But I assume younger.
Yes.
A lot
she wants-
younger.
Yeah.
Right.
Not like, yeah, he's going to, as he should. He should get laid in the fucking house. A lot of these people, they want to get laid. They want a showmance. And let me tell you something, just for the record. Some of these showmances have ended up in marriages and children. Yes.
Yeah.
Mom,
Okay.
yeah, I'm telling you the truth.
I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then he says, "Look, like you were saying that, and it was making me uncomfortable, and I kind of was thinking like I should get you out. Like I'm gonna make you a target. Like that's not cool."
Okay.
And now she's claiming that he threatened her, but she went batshit crazy. She was degrading him. She called him crazy eyes. She was saying all these things. Like she was acting like a child. I was like, "This is no way for a 50-year-old woman to act, mother or no mother." All the people who are in this cast younger than her were looking at her like she is
Insane.
It made her look so bad. I hope she gets the fuck voted off. Now, I did text Darren. I did text Darren Karp. And anybody who listens should know who Darren Karp is. And Darren said, well, she makes really great television.
There you go.
She does, but I was so uncomfortable with how batshit crazy she is. So make sure you tune in next week because we're going to talk about Big Brother. And I just want to say we have a listener, and I just want to throw a nod to Janet in case she's listening. Janet, we love you, and we are thinking of you, and we want you to feel better. And now it's time for Mom. Now is your segment by Felicia.
Oh,
Bye, Felicia.
What are you nodding?
what's up? Bye, Felicia. What
You
is
were
it?
like, I want to watch the Elizabeth Taylor.
I want to watch the Elizabeth Taylor.
So I'm
When is
shocked you
that
want to
on?
watch it because
Why?
you always give me shit about documentaries.
No, but that's like I know who she is.
Okay, great.
Just like I
the Faye
watched
Dunaway.
the Faye Dunaway.
So
Yeah,
you
I'll
weren't
watch
mad that
her.
I told you to watch Faye.
No,
Great. So
of course not.
August
That's not
3rd.
like death and gore and crap like that.
August 3rd.
On?
It's like Max. It's like unreleased tapes. Give it
Okay.
to me. I can't wait.
No, I'm looking forward to that. She's got a lot of story also.
I cannot wait because I don't know. I'm sure, like I don't know that much about.
I'm sure
her.
you don't. And a lot
Do you kn- a lot
of husbands.
like Evelyn Hugo. The book that was a book.
Okay,
It's supposed to be
right.
You didn't. No, I gave you the
You
book.
gave it to me, but I never read it.
It's supposed
I
to be
don't
like
read.
loosely based on Elizabeth.
Yeah, loosely.
Also, big weekend for you, Mom. The K-pop music festival. is on
Yes,
the
I have it
CW.
marked on my calendar.
No,
I'm gonna,
you don't.
Yes, I do.
So you're gonna get a big Korean minute next week. I'm noting
Okay.
this down. You have homework, and it's the K-pop. It's the K-pop,
Which is Sunday night
okay. So I'm just writing this down.
Okay.
K-pop, Felicia
discussion.
discuss, and then yeah, I'm excited.
So I'm going to have to make notes while I'm watching because I'll never remember.
I-
There's 9 million K-pop groups.
Honestly, I would I'd be so
But they
impressed
all
with you
dance.
if
They
you made
all
notes.
dance so well.
I want to hear all about it.
All right.
I'm very excited for you.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I'm alone that night. Maybe I'll call you, FaceTime. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback.
All right. Casey's coming home.
Monday night.
Right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
excited.
Looking
And
forward to it.
We'll have to watch the next episode of Lady in the Lake. And
Which is tonight.
yes,
No, Thursday night or Friday night.
it's tomorrow night. We're very
Tomorrow night.
excited.
We're very
mixed
confused.
up.
Right.
So there's a lot of things coming up in August. My biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is Industry. If you don't want to watch Industry, also, this is for next week, but It Ends With Us, the new Blake Lively movie's coming out, which was the book Colleen Hoover, which I read. And that honestly,
looks good.
I'm going to take my ass to the movies by myself. The opening day.
That looks kind of serious.
Well,
Yeah, I
it
know.
is.
I
Do you
know.
know the story?
Yes, I do.
I read
Kind of.
that book.
Yeah.
I read the prequel, the sequel,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Do you want to see it in the theaters with me? Oh, she's thinking.
I don't know. I'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
You guys, thank you for listening. Please share. Follow me at Marni Jagger for some fun Felicia Marni content. And I always just try to drop trailers and anything fun pop culture related. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Marni.
High fives, pal. We dead. I'm back, bitches!
Back.
My Felicia, bye, Felicia.